have a conversation. Let me throw you in some information, some provocations for this dialogue, and I shall start to tell you that I've been an activist on the cannabis space more than 10 years ago. I ended up my administration in Mexico on 2006. And right after, I created a presidential library, the first one ever outside of the United States, following the inspiration of presidential libraries here in the States. But more than a museum or a place to visit, we're a very active academic center, and we're a very active think tank. As you know, in Mexico, we've been suffering from high levels of violence, and many people question why. What's wrong with those Mexicans? Why are they going crazy? Why are they killing each other? Or are they drinking too much tequila? The answer is we are just in between those who produce the drug on the south, Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Bolivia, and those who consume the drug, United States and Canada. We don't produce drugs significantly, we don't consume drugs significantly, and yet the world war on drugs happens in Mexico. We don't deserve it. We don't know how to stop it. We're trying hard to refrain the transference of that drug coming from the south. But as long as this market demands such a huge amount of all drugs, we have not found out how to get out of that situation. So that's why Central Park's Presidential Library decided on its think tank activities to tackle this issue with the idea that it could be a way to get out of the trap where we are, a way to reduce the income of the cartels, because those cartels in Mexico, hired by US importers and cartels, get 55 billion US dollars back worth of money. With that, they can buy all the ammunition they need here in the States. With that, they can hire the best talents, marketing, administration, management, to run their cartels. And each one of those cartels is as strong and maybe stronger than Mexican governments at the state levels, or even the different institutions at federal level. So you can imagine how difficult it is to compete. Chapo Guzman didn't get out of jail because he found a very smart way of sneaking out. He had $1 million and he bribed everybody there, and he got out on the front door. They have billions to use to bribe Mexican officials, Mexican government, Mexican army. So we're in a complicated situation. That's why we decided Central Fox to tackle this. And one idea is, let's legalize. Let's change this little beautiful flower from the hands of criminals, and let's put it in hands of farmers, in hands of business community, in hands of investors. And that is already happening in many US states. It's happening in medical use. It's happening in recreational use. It's happening in Canada. They went for the whole enchilada. So they opened the whole of the nation, legalizing not only medical use, but legalizing also recreational use. And the United States is moving, but at a federal level, the door is closed. It's being opened state by state. That's why this industry has not moved as fast and as dynamically as it's moving in Canada, in Israel, in all of Latin America. Almost every country now has approved medical use, South America, Mexico, and others will follow. So we have a great new industry coming. And that industry needs, number one, ethical behavior. Number one, to behave as businessmen and not as criminals. Because if we don't, the industry is not going to go far. So that's the most important thing, and that's what's happening when those that are already leaving the industry. I work as board member on Chiron, which is one of the big companies in Canada, funded at the stock exchange in Toronto, with 2 millennials entrepreneurs from Colombia, which they have not consumed in the past any marijuana, but they know about business. They know about raising funds. They know about managing business. And so they installed a huge facility in Colombia now. A winter house to process, to produce and process and get the oil. But the hemp deal today is open in China. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of hectares are producing hemp. And they begin to discover a lot of new uses for hemp, as well as this new investment that came to the space is now discovering new medicines, new drugs, new uses. For instance, for pets, the pet industry is now coming in very strong, using these products, and so on and on. So it's a big opportunity, but we have to be very smart. We have to be very ethical, and we have to do our own diligence work so that we invest our money properly. Even in Mexico right now, we do have now the approval for medical use, but for all of Mexico. But we don't yet have the regulation where the law meets so that it can operate. And we're waiting for that regulation any moment from now in Mexico. And immediately will come recreational use. And we're already submitting requests to the Farm Agricultural Secretary or the Minister so that we can move on the side with hemp. That comes the authorizations, the permits from the farming and agricultural side, same as here. So all of this is on, it's open in most parts of the world now, so we're in front of a great opportunity. Now I'm here, I'm also working with Cannabis Venture Capital because we will need to bridge finance, money, investment from abroad into Mexico. Because we do have the land. I guess you know that Mexico is the best and largest food producer in the world at the most competitive prices. You know that we have NAFTA, and I'm working right now to bring in this space, cannabis space, to NAFTA, as we have different sectors in NAFTA. NAFTA has been a great tool for the United States and for Mexico. There are things and issues where you win or lose, but at the very end, he who is competitive takes a big bite of the opportunities of both markets. And Mexico is not a little guy in the backyard. Believe me, we're trading with the United States, Canada, over $1 trillion, getting close to $1 trillion US every year. That's the largest trade balance in the world. And there is no big advantage to one or the other. We import as much as we export to the United States. The United States imports from Mexico as much as it sells to the Mexican market. Right now, the automobile industry is highly discussed and in conflict. Well, Mexico is a huge market for the U.S. automobile industry. And not all cars are produced in Mexico. The big majority is produced here in the States and it's exported into Mexico. So I think we have a great deal going. Those who say that trade is not there anymore, it's not true. It's not true. Trading is a win-win situation for the three economies that we're participating in. So my aspiration in my work right now is to keep on pushing the process of legalization and at the same time pushing the open trading of this. There will be a great space and great opportunities for US, for you as investors, for you as farmers. We import, for instance, close to 30 billion US dollars of yellow corn from the United States. Hundreds of thousands, millions of farmers here in the United States take advantage of that opportunity. Of course, we sell back broccoli, cauliflower. Why? Because Mexico is competitive on labor-intensive products. US is very competitive. They're number one in the world on products that don't require so much labor and require investment, technology, and capital, machinery, equipment. So nobody, no nation, no economy can produce everything that you consume. That's why I have to say it. I don't know why we have to build a wall if we have so much going on among ourselves. And NAFTA, I end up with this. It's been a great success because those visionary people, politicians that created NAFTA had in mind that guy back there, those Mexicans, if they don't develop, if they don't grow, if they don't create jobs, they're going to be jumping in here, legally or illegally. So it's a very convenient negotiation. Okay, let's develop not only our huge economy, let's also develop our other economy. And that's the way it worked. The trend has been reversed. Now many more Mexicans are coming back to Mexico than those coming in. So NAFTA has worked. Where it has not worked, because there is no NAFTA, there is Central America and other places in the world. So the rising migration trend is coming from South America, not from Mexico anymore. If we had an extended NAFTA with Central America, that would be the solution to the migration issue. Because white people run out of their homes. Because they're looking for opportunities, they're looking for jobs, or they're running out of violence, or they're running out of hunger. So it's people that is desperate. And this country, this nation has been the most compassionate nation in the world. Has been the leader that has created a world with huge dynamism in growth and development. So I love this nation, and I love it because you see here is American blood. It's my grandfather, born in Cincinnati, Ohio. Migrated into Mexico back in 1895, looking for his American dream, and he found it there in Mexico, in Guanajuato. And we've been there farming 4 or 5 generations now. Me, myself, my brothers, and the whole family. So, at the very end, those are councils that we have to discuss, that we have to build, and that's what we're trying to do at Central Park. Finally, I make you a cordial, friendly invitation. Whenever you have time, whenever you listen in Mexico, come to our place. Come to Central Mexico, come to Guanajuato, so that you see where part of the migrants are coming here. Those hard-working, very loyal, very dedicated people, they come from where I come from. And you would have a chance to visit there, this place, this library, this beautiful city of San Miguel de Allende, this most beautiful city of Guanajuato, and see that we're friends, that we're trying to work together, that we're trying to build a future together. And I think we can do it by having dialogues like this one. We're building bridges here, bridges of understanding, bridges of exchange, bridges of how we partner, how we work together. And I put myself at your service, at your orders. If something is needed, we're more than willing to do it. And if you have interest in Mexico, to go and partner there, to go and increase your productivity, to go and develop new products. And we're right there. We're 2 hours from here, with quite a few daily flights coming into the old Guanajuato airport. And you have a home there from now on. And I'm going to leave here some cards, whatever you might need there with your friends, and we want to work together. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, President Fox. Give me a big round of applause, everybody. Maybe it's time for a couple questions. Does anybody have a question?
President Fox, we thank you so much for your time and for sharing with us the wisdom that you've accumulated in a lifetime of hard work. The Mexican market compared to Canada is many dozens of times larger. We understand that a new proposal has been put forth in the legislature there that could allow Mexico to take the move and be the third country in the world to legalize on a recreational basis. Is that true, and what chance do you think that has of happening?
It is true, and let me tell you, Mexico's 12th largest economy in the world. But for any product that you can think of is among the 10 largest consumer market in the world. So we consume automobiles, computers, grain, yellow corn, many other products, and we're ranked among the very 10 largest markets in the world. So we're a good market to think about. Now about the industry, last administration that ended up last December was quite open, and so they began the process of legalization. And they went as far as legalizing medical use. But when you have a new law, then you need a regulation, which did not happen with the other administration. This new administration, immediately, is a very liberal, very extremely liberal, that is even worrying the extremism of liberalism that they have. So they go for abortion, they go for anything that you can think of that is vanguard and liberal. So they declare, the new president declared, and his interior minister, that they would go for immediately. But once they came into power, they've been a little bit disordered, and they have not progress enough to control everything, to start moving ideas. And so we're waiting for that to happen. Now, in the meantime, the Supreme Court came out with an approval saying that every single Mexican has the right of access to drugs, not even only marijuana, to all drugs. And so through amparos, ¿cómo se dice amparo? See, it's when you get the Supreme Court to be on your side, and you get five decisions like that, and it becomes law. I'm sorry for my English. But that happened. So today, everybody in Mexico can access to this product, and especially medical products. So what is happening right now, you go to court, you base on the decision, and you get your own. So it's individually, each one has that right, and you can do it. So now companies and corporations began to use it on the name of consumers and in the name of patients. So on the side of the Supreme Court also is moving pretty fast. I think that this next sessions in Congress between now and the end of the year both sides are going to be approved, the medical and the recreation. And we are submitting already to the Department of Agriculture the request for hemp. And it will not have to go to the drug agency or to the health department. The Secretary of Agriculture has the authority to prove that. So pretty soon we'll see Mexico planting and harvesting hemp, which, by the way, I have 100 hectares that are ready to go with hemp, and anytime I can get those permits as soon as possible. So it will happen.
Given Mexico's immense ability to have affordable labor and their ability to manufacture, do you think, I mean, you mentioned the hectares you have coming in, has there been a lot of talk down there about post-processing, about product fabrication? You know, I mean, car manufacturing is already occurring there, carbon fibers, graphene, polymers, et cetera, that kind of thing. Has that been looked at holistically down there much?
Yes, it will come. I'm sure between now and the end of the year. And let me give you some information. This production in Colombia, this winter house, and the processing facilities to obtain oil out of cannabis plant has almost figured out that you can produce there at 1/3 of the cost that Canada is producing. And some parts of the United States will happen the same, because the weather you have in Canada doesn't have anything to do with the weather you have in Colombia. And same in Mexico. So again, as I said, some countries have capacities, facilities, and competitiveness different to others. But the plant itself, the hemp, I'm sure, like it happens with corn, like it happens with wheat, what happens with those capital incentive products, will have the advantage here to produce here. So again, I think we'll be faced with an exchange of more sophisticated products coming from other countries and the ones that are produced with intense capital and technology will be more competitive here. You export grain to everywhere in the world on a very competitive basis. So that's what I envision. Now, money for this industry, believe me, no other industry has more money to access than this one. You don't even need to import. You get funded. Like it happens in Toronto Exchange and many other places. You go to family offices, you go to Cannabis Venture Capital, and the amount of money to finance is incredible. But more so because this new industry needs to invest a lot in technology, in innovation, in new product development, in new presentations for the product. And so you see operations like Anheuser, the huge beer company, investing $4 billion on the largest canopy venture in Canada. So the money is there. What is needed is the talent, is the ethical behavior, and the capacity to produce.
We have time for one last question. All the way in the back. Second.
Hi. I think all of us here are kind of looking forward to the emerging industry in Mexico, and it's very exciting what's going to be happening there. But as you were mentioning, there's a history of criminality being deeply involved in the industry. So, what strategies do you think the Mexican government could best take to ensure that criminality is kept out of the emerging legal ecosystem in Mexico?
Well, I don't know, I'm not sure that you want them out of the legal business. What I see in these 10 years is how 10 years ago, the people I would sit with, that we're doing here, would be long hair, horsetail, their earrings, jeans, all that, and the smell of marijuana. That was the community. Today, those same guys dressed like many of you with jacket, tie, the businessmen. And I can identify many that I visited when they were legal, and now they are on this side. So I think that's what's going to happen partially. And it's happening in Colombia. Colombia has the same situation that Mexico. Highly controlled industry by criminals. Colombia, I mean, is the prototype in the world of cartels, criminality, and big drugs like cocaine, like heroin, and else. So it happens. There's no place where it has been legalized that doesn't attack the whole space in that sense. I don't think it would be wise enough to go after the criminals and taking them to jail. We have not been able to accomplish that in years and years. President Calderon, after me, came up with the idea of bringing in the army. He didn't stick to the army. He gave instructions, you end up with that. And I don't want more cartels here in Mexico. My last year in government, we had a crime rate of 9, the best ever in the history of Mexico that we have had. 9 crimes for each 100,000 inhabitants. That was 2006. Calderon comes in, brings in the army, and gives them instructions. Finish those cartels. We don't want them here. And what happened? From 9, it went over 30. More than 300% of the crime rate growth in just 1 year. We still are around there, we're down to 26, 28. So it's not violence against violence. You have to find smarter ways of tackling the problem. That's what I'm trying to do at Central Park. Develop policy, develop strategies that can move us into that. What should legalization? And I'm promoting right now amapola. You know, amapola is this other beautiful flower where you can produce out cocaine and morphine. Cocaine and morphine are highly used and demanded by the whole health system in the world. Every single hospital buys those products to attend patients, especially in the primary stage. It's absolutely great against pain and solving problems. Imagine in Guerrero, where Acapulco is right now, we get 50 people killed every day. Imagine that a state company comes in and starts buying flour from the campesinos, which are producing it for the criminals, and absorb the production and control it, and export everywhere in the world cocaine and morphine, which have a good use. So the lesson here is we have built out of some plants the wrong use for the bad purpose. The changing paradigm is moving into how can I get out of this plant, out of this flower, good products for humankind? And that's happening. That's why the investment in technology is incredible. Creating new product for women that are here. This company kind of came out with a wellness line and beauty line by the name of Cuida. They're just in Colombia, but now they're making partnerships here in the United States because the product is incredible. It works. So it's making a better use of this product. Pets. The pet industry is already in. Why? Imagine a restaurant, slaughterhouse, where they sacrifice the cattle, the dogs, slaughterhouse. But imagine to those animals giving them a little bit of this before they sacrifice it. And it's going to be part of the drugs that this industry is developing, and so on and on. So that's what I see to the future.
Everybody, thank you again, President Vicente. Everybody, a round of applause.
Commercial, we do a lot of events in our center. We did the World Cannabis Summit 3 months ago. 1,500 top people of the industry came to Central Fox to listen to those that have a message, to those that have experience, and to network. We do that in several issues. We have next November, we have what we call CPEC, which is a business conference, also convoking from all over the world. We're going to have 5 former presidents. We're going to have the most modern and advanced concepts of management, of industry, and it will be a great place for some of you, not necessarily because of the hemp, but you have other different businesses in technology, in manufacturing, in whatever, that's a place to go. So we're gonna leave here some invitations, some information. If you just want to visit us, it will be a great occasion to do it next November. If you want to sponsor and promote your product to come into the Mexican market, that will be the first to do it. And so that invitation I wanted to do to you. And if you don't have any future business to do in Mexico, just come yourself. You're going to enjoy it. Martha and I will be there to welcome you. Your hacienda, the family home, which my grandfather bought back in 1895, when he made some money in Mexico, then he bought that farm, and we've been there farming. Well, today, that hacienda that has more than 300 years old is a boutique hotel, 5-star. Because we, the family, I convinced my brothers and sisters to donate the hacienda to the foundation. So now it's part of the endowment of the foundation. And every cent that comes into this beautiful hotel goes to the programs of the foundation for the poor. So, when it's staying in 50 rooms, I assure you, you're going to have a great couple of days. You're going to have the best real enchiladas in the world, and you're going to have the best tequila made in Mexico out of real agave. So, gracias.
Just so everybody knows, I've been to that conference. It is a great conference, and he is not lying about the food and drink. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe at this point we are going to allow you all to start networking. So it looks like everybody's ready to go do that. Please have some drinks. We're going to bring some food out, get to know each other, take some pictures, have a great time.
about rolling with me? Okay. They're gonna have food trucks. Some good range have food now. Or drinks. I don't know what they have. Whatever the great ones over there. Oh no, it's fine. People look like they wanted to do something. I know. And you're dating Florence. Okay. It's not hard. Chef Michelle. That's about your mom. Just getting started. I did my first one about 3 weeks ago. I'm just going on Facebook. still pumping weight, still working out, and still trying to stick with the regimen. And then to be able to cook foods that are anti-inflammatory would be absolutely awesome. So that to be able to have a set green light events that can come and do a full set for me, really talking to the people, would be absolutely awesome. You know, and everything. So that would be wonderful. And then I can piggyback on other entities. So that'd be great to have, for me to say that I have a farmer that I'm working with. You know, for me to say that I have a distillery that I'm working with. You know, and this is what I have my product from. And then to showcase the beautiful plate of shrimp and grits, you know, and everything, or catfish and grits. You know, do something for the Rosetta, the rice, Rosetta rice, and then kind of have the lamb chop on top of that. It would be amazing. It would be amazing.
Okay, so have you heard of that?
That's done. Okay.
Bring in all the hot sauce. It's basically hot sauce and barbecue sauce.
Okay.
But
I gotta Google it. That's the best.
during that whole event that we were they have
Okay.
I'm hearing that's kind of what I'm